Good morning, Kevin here, talking about Year of Living the Warrior's Way. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something that's really important at this stage. This is day 3, which is something that we do in Wake Up Warrior is we create something called a fact map. And there's 3 different fact maps that you create. There's the foundational fact map, which is where you are now. There's the future fact map, which is what you have to do in the next quarter. And then there's the impossible gains fact map, which is the thing that you want to achieve in the long term. And I'm actually doing this training today, started it last night, doing it again tonight and doing it again tomorrow. It's a 3-day intensive particular thing. And what they do is we start with a foundation, which is exactly where you are right now. And there's a big series of different questions because you've got to understand and analyze where you are. And this is without any fluff and without any bullshit and without any, trying to make yourself feel better. You've got to get back to the real, raw, relevant situation of exactly where you are now. So we look across the 4 domains: body, being, balance, and business. And we ask ourselves a series of questions. So what are the facts about your sleep pattern? What are the facts about your alcohol consumption? This is in the body domain. What are the facts about your exercise? What are the facts about your chiropractic treatment, your drinking of water? What are the facts about your current workload, your strength, your flexibility, how often you work out or not? What are the facts about things like your food consumption? Are you using it for fuel, or is it just to eat so you can feel a little bit better? What are the facts about your energy, your sex drive, your physical hobbies, your overall sense that your body is a weapon? Now, the difficult thing with things like this is that if you don't feel good, I don't feel good right now. I've gone from being an ultramarathon athlete doing Ironman triathlons and things to now where, if I'm pretty honest, I've got the dad bod going on, which is not a good look. My cardio has gone out the window. I've been eating too much rubbish, drinking too much wine, enjoying myself too much, and it's not good. It's stopped things like, going to the gym, doing the yoga that I used to do. The flexibility's gone out the window. Don't go to the chiropractor anymore. Don't get massage anymore. So things are not looking good on my body. But that's what we do. So we look at things like, do we drink green smoothies every day? Do we take care of ourselves? When we go into the being, we're talking about the religious aspect if you want, but it doesn't have to be religious. It could be your own connection with yourself, with your own inner voice, and with a higher power, if you have a higher power, or whatever you particularly want to call that higher power. So there's very, very different things that go into that. Now, the questions that you get with sort of things like being is, what are the facts about your purpose in life? What are the facts about your belief in scripture? What are the facts about your journaling? What are the facts about your stacking, which is another thing we'll talk about in another day, which is a tool to allow you to analyze what's going on in your brain, what you've done, what you haven't done. What are the facts about your prayer, your meditation, or your personal development, the energy and that you put into that and into investing in yourself and understanding yourself. Facts about living by your sole purpose, whatever that is to you, for your purpose on this earth. Spiritual leadership, listening to God, all these various different things. You've got to analyze these different things to know where you are now so you can know where you want to get to. Because unless you know exactly where you are right now, you don't see the journey. You don't see where you've come from and where you have to get to. But in between those points of where you are now and where you aspire to get to is this big chasm. And within that chasm, there are various different points that need to be met. These are dealt with in the future fact map, which we'll go over tomorrow. But essentially, the old version of you has to die in order for the new version of you to be born. That means you don't physically die, but metaphorically die. Things such as bad habits, they have to be killed off. You have to get rid of them. You have to make sure that, if, for example, you're drinking too much alcohol, like I was, it has to be cut. If you're eating crap food, it has to go. That old version of you has to die. If I want to become an athlete again, I have to think like an athlete, behave like an athlete, have the self-esteem of an athlete and the habits of an athlete. And these are important. Then we look at balance, which is the 3rd pillar of the 4. And you're asking about the things like the direct, authentic communication with your spouse, the vulnerability you have, sex drive that you have in your partnership, friendship with your spouse as well. These are all very, really, really important things. The friendship you have with others very important. For me, I've moved to a new area, don't really know anyone, haven't really got any friend stuff going on. That needs to be addressed. That old version of me needs to die. A new version with lots of new local friends needs to be born. You know, the facts about the time and the energy that you put into your family, children, connection with those, parents, whatever that is, and the quality of that. They're very, very important things, because you've got to have open and honest connection with those people to have overall balance within your life. So looking at different things like your parenting skills, should you be a father or a mother or whatever the case may be. Then we look at the fourth quadrant. So we've got body, being, balance. Now we're looking at business. Okay, you're looking at the facts and your feelings and your habits and your patterns within business, and also the results, because that is really important. So, you know, what's your annual income? Are you happy with it? You know, have you got different methods for making money, as well as your feelings about how you make money? Now, you could be making a lot of money or very, very little money, and you could be running around like a busy fool, juggling loads of things, chasing different rabbits all over the place, and not necessarily getting any results about it. But you need to know that. You need to know what the facts are about your savings, as well as your debt, but also your feelings about that situation. So for me, got some debt going on. Had a lot more, managed to get rid of it, still not happy. For me, things like not happy because I don't have any savings going on, not happy because I don't necessarily have an income at the moment. You know, I've got a business going on that's not really doing much. It's in deep trouble, and this is me being real, raw, and authentic. Because what's the point in lying to you and lying to myself? None at all. I don't like those feelings, so I've got to deal with them. And the only way to deal with that is to create different words that go on in my mind, that produce different thoughts in my mind, that lead to different beliefs, which lead to different actions and then different results. Because the person I was cannot attain better results at the same level of thinking that I used to have. I have to develop new levels of thinking, new goals, new drivers, new habits, new patterns, new beliefs. That all has to change. And this is why the old version has to die. You have to look at your current investments in business, your assets, your tax strategy, things like that, your employees, whether you're good as an employee or as a boss, your financial security, whether you've got different ideas, your money, your lifestyle, your feelings about all of these different things. These are all really, really vital things, because unless you know where you are, unless you're happy with where you are, unless you're absolutely rock solid in terms of the clarity, good or bad, it doesn't matter. You've got to remove the emotion to a certain degree, but you've got to have those feelings that go in. But in order for you to change, you have to see where you are. The past, that's one thing. You can't really do an awful lot. Well, you can't do anything about it. You can only deal with the present. And that's why this fact map has to deal with the present, exactly where you are right now. So if you know where you are, if you're unhappy with it, you can do something about it. If you're happy with it, how do you make it better? If you're ecstatic about it, how do you make it outstanding? Or how do you help someone else get their business to be outstanding? So part of my journey and me doing this year of living the warrior's way is because I want to say and state in a certain term exactly where I am now, without going into masses of detail, but just know deep debt, no income, you know, lots of dissatisfaction, lots of unhappiness, lots of problems in the relationship because of that. You know, can't go on holidays, wearing t-shirts with a hole in them, shoes that are mucky, you know, I sit freaking out about how I'm going to pay the fucking mortgage in 10 days time. I mean, who needs that fucking stress? I don't need it. I don't want it. So I'm taking action every day to make sure that I resolve it, because I want to be able to go on holiday. I haven't had a holiday in fucking years. I want to drive a car, not the clapped out piece of shit that I have outside with 178,000 miles on it. It's on its last legs. I want to be able to provide for my children who are grown up, but just in case they're in the shit, I go, here you go, here's a few grand. I want to be able to buy nice clothing and do nice things, but with my current level of thinking, I can't, because all I do is keep going back. This karmic cul-de-sac loop that I talked about before, where my current thoughts of lack of self-esteem, lack of belief, inner child damage that says, you're shit, you're not good enough, you don't deserve anything. So what happens is, even if I go, no, fuck you, inner child, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be good. I'll show you. I'll show the others. All these other people in the back of my mind, all these monkeys. You're a crap. You're a thief. You're dishonest. You're a liar. You're a bullshitter. You're not worth anything. All this crap, blah, 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 blah. It's been going on in my brain for years, since literally I was a child. And I have to stop that. I have to tell myself different lies. I have to fix those lies, rip them out. Fucking rip them out of my brain, burn them, incinerate them, not listen to them, not let them have power in my brain. I've got to create brand new stories that will lead me to better thoughts through my words to myself, which will lead me to better beliefs, which will then lead to better habits and then better results. And all of that does take a little bit of time, but once the seeds are sown, as I'm doing at the moment, that makes a big difference. And I'm going to give you a little tip here. I don't know if this, I'll cover this in another sort of thing, but I've got a Darren Hardy book here. Darren Hardy wrote Compound Effect, and this is his book. I'm not necessarily supposed to write in it like this, but what I'm doing is I'm writing lines. Lines every single day. I am enough. I am lovable. I am enough. I am enough. I am lovable. These are the lines that I'm writing. And then I run my fingers over them and I think and I reinforce to myself that I am. Then what I started doing a while ago was I wrote down old beliefs that I had. You know, I'm a prick, I'm useless, I'm an arsehole, I'm lazy, I'm not good enough, I'm never going to amount to anything, nobody will ever love me, etc. All of these old bullshit things. And then I started every single day writing new beliefs. I am lovable, I am worthy, I am exceptional, I am, wealthy, I am happy, I am living my soul purpose. All of these different beliefs that I have to adopt. And I'm doing that every single day for a 30-day journey. I've done it a little bit in the past, but this time it's 100% right. It's got to be. I've got to start ingraining these new beliefs, because if I don't do that by repetition every single day, ripping out the old ones, putting in the new ones, until they feel more congruent with me, until I'm happier about them, until I actually start to believe them. So that's it for today. Fact map training. Last night's training was the foundational fact map. Tonight's training is the Impossible Games fact map. So that's going to be interesting. What do I want to achieve in a year's time? Keep an eye out for tomorrow's video. Cheers.